Hey, how's it going, everybody? Welcome to Arc Basics, a show where we break down the ABCs of how to start an arc, how to accomplish things, how to achieve things, how to be the best you possibly can be. That's right, we're going with the full ABCs of arc. A for arc, B for basic, C for, well, whatever you want it to be. C can be anything.
Hey, how's it going, everybody? Phlinger here. And, being an ARC survivor myself, and you also being an ARC survivor, which is why you clicked on this video, you may have a couple questions about a couple certain things, and you may have had a couple questions about, say like when you're out and about and you are in desperate need of some prime meat. And you're like, oh, hey, you know what? If I only had some prime meat right now, but I don't have any other way of getting prime meat, how am I going to do it? Well, so you take your crossbow and you go up against something that's way too big for you, and you're like, okay, well, let's just shoot this. Then you end up dead. And then, whatever you were trying to tame, it winds up not tamed. Yeah, there's a fix for this. Also, say if you're going out and you're like going, hey, you know what? I could use some raw prime fish meat. Quick, easy. Well, there is a very easy source for this, and it is the Ichthyornis, the little annoying birds sitting right behind me. Yeah, you all know them. The ones that are out there trying to take all your narcotics the moment that you go out onto the beach, and then they swoop down, they steal your stuff, and then, of course, you spend the next 2 minutes trying to shoot them out of the air, and while they inevitably steal a couple more things. Yeah, that's the thing. But today we're going to talk about all their pluses, their minuses, everything that they can do, because you know what? Let's get basic with this and let's break everything down, that there is about the Ichthyornis, because these guys are absolutely amazing tames. So you know what? Let's get started. Let's do this. Sunglasses are off. All right, well, first off, now that you've got a tamed Ichthyornis, we will go out and we'll tame one here in a few minutes, but you'll notice that above its head, here, let me get out my handy-dandy laser pointer with a grappling hook, apparently. Okay, so you'll notice that above his head, it says hunt. Now, what this is going to do, if you take him and you throw him out, he's going to go find fish, and he's going to eat them, and he's going to hunt them for himself, and he's just going to have a merry old time. Now, if you take and you open up his reticule and you say, change it to hunt and retrieve, what he's going to do, he's going to go out and he's going to go eat a fish or whatever you send him after, and he's going to kill it and then give it a nice little yellow glow or a golden glow and then bring it back to you. Here, let me show it on something. Let me see if I can find one. All right, so I just had him go out and grab myself a little Lystrosaurus because that sounds like it's good for dinner. And then he just threw it out and ran off. Okay, but apparently he wanted to grab a dodo instead. So, let me... Dude, get your butt back here. Sometimes they can be a little bit, yeah, they can be a little bit feisty and have hunt and retrieve. There we go. All right. Okay. So you got to make sure that you have your thing set properly. All right, let's see. Go get that guy. All right, now he'll take him out, and he will grab him, and he'll bring him back. He'll chew on him a little bit until he's dead. Once it's dead, he'll bring it back, and then he'll throw it down at our feet. You'll notice he's got this nice little sparkly bit right in front of him, which means that we get down and we harvest this up, we get prime meat out of a Lystrosaurus. Yeah, this works on dodos as well. Anything that the Ichthyornis could go out and get, he'll allow you to get prime meat. Just remember, when you're harvesting, use a pick. I've had the best results with a pick off it. Yeah, not hatchet. I mean, hatchets work okay, but just for some reason, I've had better results off a pick. Also, if you see fish out here in the, of course, when I'm trying to demonstrate that all the fish have decided to go on vacation, turtle, go away. Stop eating all the fish. All right, let's go see if we can go find ourselves a fish for this thing. And you got to excuse my, yeah, you just gotta excuse those. They're on the rampage lately. I'm not sure what's going on. Also, just for demonstration purposes, just gotta show you how you can get prime meat from a dodo. Just because, honestly, I think this is just a meat. Really, dude? Slice with fish, dude. You had one job. All right, chew on it a little bit. Don't you drop that guy. Now, he has to eat it while he's in the air. If he eats it any other way, he'll just harvest it like normal. But like this, you have to... See? Yeah, there he goes. All right. There you go. All right, he'll get it. All right, he's still working on it. There he goes. Now he's got a golden glow. Yeah, see the gold glow around it? All right, then you pick him up, then you lower down, and then hack it apart, and we just got prime meat out of a dodo. Very, very easy way of getting prime meat out of just about anything. Now let's head over and let's go see it with fish, because not only does this golden glow work really well for getting prime meat, but also it's one of the best ways of taming the waterborne passive tames that you have to get. So say like the otters and the Hesperornis, because they you tame them up in the water generally by offering them fish. Now, if you can give it a fish that has the golden glow from the Ichthyornis, they will actually give you much more taming effectiveness than just a regular fish. Even if it's the biggest possible salmon you could get, it will still not give nearly as much taming effectiveness as if it was caught by an Ichthyornis and may turn golden. It's the best for taming otters and Hesperornises. It's absolutely amazing. All right, now out here in the water, all we do is grab our handy dandy laser pointer and send it out there. Just remember, if you go down too deep, it won't be able to go down and grab it. But yeah, he'll try. But if it's more in the shallower water, he'll be able to go get it. Now, this fish is, see, it's got the little glow on it. You can see it from here. Grab him. Now, if we were to take this salmon and we were to pick it up and drag it over to, say, like an otter or a Hesperornis, we'd be able to get quite a bit of taming effectiveness. But if we just throw this down, use a pick, and then harvest it up, we get prime fish meat. You can even get prime fish meat out of a piranha doing it this way. It's absolutely amazing. All right, now taming these guys. Taming these guys is not the easiest thing because, for one, they lack hit points quite a bit. But you can, if you're careful, use a regular crossbow, use a primitive crossbow, even a primitive bow to knock out one of these things if you need to. But the shopping list for these guys, here, let me get into that in 1 sec. Let me go craft some. I got to go get some bolas. All right, now here we've got a level 150 over here, max level. All right, we've also got another one right up above us. Where'd you go? It's 135. There's also 150 out there. All right, but yeah, for the shopping list, what you're going to want for this, well, first off, you're going to want bolas. Definitely bolas. Also, if you have access to a long neck, I would recommend doing that because these guys, they do not have very much health. All right, but what you're definitely going to want to do, you're going to want to bolo them first. If they're like this, he's got brain worms, it makes it so much easier. But it's kind of easy to get them out of the air. But if you have access, like I said, if you have access to a long neck, use that. If not, you can definitely use the crossbows. Just know you have to go easy on them because they have very, very little hit points. See that right there? I just killed that guy. All right, so yeah, no headshots. Whatever you do not headshot them. Repeat that after me. Do not headshot the steely birds when you try to tame them. Because you're not going to tame them. They're going to be meat and hide, and that's really about it. So, yeah. All right. Let's take out this 150 wherever he was. I just have to find him, and then we will demonstrate the easiest way to actually get these guys. Where'd you go? All right, so it's not the same 135 that I killed or 150, but this one is a level 130. So let's take it and let's knock this guy out. Now, the easiest thing to do is just get it to aggro on you. And once it aggroes on you, it will actually come down. But sometimes doing that is kind of a pain. All right, let's see if we can get him back this time. All right, come on, me, bro. There we go. All right, now that he's down, we can just we can knock him out. And this is the main reason why I would recommend using a long neck for this. But like I said, if you only have access to crossbows, just go slow. And now that he's out, he's going to want raw prime fish meat. All right, raw prime fish meat is the easiest way of actually taming him, but if you do have access to kibble, you can do that as well. All right, they're going to take regular kibble, which is the blue stuff. So yeah, go ahead, use that if you have it available. If not, just use raw prime fish meat. And then if you have access to another Ichthyornis, you can just go get the raw prime fish meat with an Ichthyornis on a coelacanth here if you wanted to. It's actually really easy. Just like that. Bring it on up here, dude. And we just get the raw prime fish meat from that. It's really easy. These guys are just absolutely amazing, which is why I generally tend to call these guys Taming Buddy, because they will help you just tame so much stuff so easy, so effectively early game. It's really amazing. Matter of fact, these guys are one of my favorite early game tames just to help you tame about everything. Now, one of the things is this guy is definitely going to need narcotics. You'll notice its torpor goes down very, very quickly for something of its size. So it's going to need some narcotics, or if you have access to, say, like berry gathering dino, you could just use narco berries, and that's what I'm absolutely going to use on this guy, just because it's here and it's readily available. And while we were doing this video, I didn't want to have my stack of narcotics getting taken out of my hands, which is probably one of the worst things about these guys. All right, now for taming these guys. Now, I know I'm using a Ichthyornis to tame another Ichthyornis. If you don't have an easy source of getting raw prime fish meat, one of the easiest ways of actually doing it is to clear out a Megalodon and then use a pick on a Megalodon is one of the easiest ways of getting prime meat. Or if you have a saber-toothed salmon, you can take that, shoot it in the head with a crossbow, and then harvest it up with a sickle is another easy way of getting raw prime fish meat. All right, and there we go. Now that this guy is up, here we go. We'll talk about things that you probably want to level up on them as they're going. All right, so you'll notice this guy right here, he actually has a pretty decent health stat once he's tamed, but wild, this guy only had 360 health. So I would recommend getting these guys up to around 1,000 health and going no further than that. On melee damage, pump this up as high as you possibly can go, because when you want it to actually harvest up things, then you definitely want as much health as you, or as much melee damage you possibly can get. See this guy right here? This is Flies with Fish. This is one that I did an entire series with him and another one, Dirty Dan, and they did great. So 1,000 health is what I went, and this one has 378 melee damage, so he can basically kill most fish with one single attack, and it works out really, really well. All right, so that is just about everything there is with the Ichthyornis. These guys, they can help you out quite dramatically when it comes to taming things. And like I said before, I mean, I generally name these guys Taming Buddy for a reason. Is because if you're going out taming and you don't have a very reliable source of getting prime meat, and you don't have access to kibble yet, then tame an Ichthyornis and then use it. Just remember, if you're knocking out with a crossbow, go easy. Go easy. They have very little health, and it is very easy to kill them. So, yeah. Anyway, I hope the video helped you out. If you haven't already, make sure you hit that like button. I really appreciate it. If you're new around here, subscribe. And until next time, this is Phlinger, and take it easy, everybody.